know I've been promising this post forever, but I always pay my debts. And it's finally here. We are finally hopping back in that DeLorean and we are turning the clock back to 2006. I got my 2006 BlackBerry. You remember, look at that little keyboard. Oh, what an era that was. I got my iPod filled with all of the hits. I still rock this today. I ain't gonna front. And I got my copy of X-Men, The Last Stand, to rock with my shirt. Thank the Lord for X-Men 97, because we weren't eating too good with X-Men in 2006. But we did have good music, players. I promise you, we had good music. So today, we're going to talk about the #1 R&B hits of 2006, the entire year. And we're going to break out the tier list and see what holds up. Edition of the Soul and Stereo Sessions right here on YouTube. And yes, it is tier list time. The last time we broke out the tier list, we looked at the #1 R&B songs of 1996, and everybody was like, oh, you gotta do 2006, you gotta do it. I promise. And it's here. We're going to jump 10 years ahead to 2006 and look at the #1 R&B songs of that year. And what a time it was. If you know me, you know I have a big affinity for the year 2006. It's one of my last years of music that I just absolutely adore across the board. But let me tell you something about these Billboard lists. Billboard lists are more about popularity than greatness. So even though I love 2006, I might not love all of these #1 hits, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. But for those who aren't in the know, D Roth, let's show the folks how we do tier lists around here. Show the folks the beautiful beam footage. All right, here's our tier list, and you see what it is. The top, tippy top, is the S tier. Those are the classics among classics. The A tier, the B tier, the C tier for the man, and of course, you don't want to end up in the player please tier. All of the singles are down below. We're going to slide them up, and then we're going to see where they fit. Also, a reminder for this list for those who may not know. This is the #1 R&B songs of 2006. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're R&B songs. Charts are weird. So there are some crossover rap songs that will cross over into the R&B list. So don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what the list is. This is just Billboard. So don't be all up in my list, R&B true believers. So that's not R&B. I know. It was just #1 on the list. I promise. But before we get started, let's take care of some business. Y'all know what it is. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video. Go ahead and like it, because I promise you will. And if you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me, the homeboy D Roth. It helps us get motivated to do more of these. And I know a lot of y'all, if I look at the analytics, watch these videos all the time and you aren't subscribers. Why not? It's just an easy click. It's free, y'all. Do that. And once it's done, make sure you share this with the hip-hop and R&B fan in your life who wants to reminisce about 2006. Show them how we do it over here. So let's get started. We're going to look back at all of the #1 R&B singles of 2006 and see where they land. And some of them, All right, we're getting started with a heavy hitter from January the 7th all the way to April 15th. 15 weeks, a record in 2006. We get Mary J. Blige, Be Without You. One of the best comeback R&B records in history. Why is it a comeback? Well, Mary J. had dropped a few years earlier, Love and Life. One of my least favorite Mary J. albums, even to this day. Even with some of the shakier stuff she has more recently, I think this still ranks at the bottom of her discography. But Despite that, we got Jonta Austin, Brian Michael Cox, who was still on fire, Jason Perry. They all came together for this incredible record for Mary. It says so much that she could pull off a record of this magnitude 14 years into her career. A stellar, stellar song that still reigns as one of her best today. This is an easy one. D Roth. S tier right out of the gate. Oh my gosh, 2006 is starting out strong. I love it. All right, from April 22nd to May 27th, we got another banger with T.I. and What You Know. And I just dropped a video recently. If you've been following me for a long time, you kind of know what's up. T.I. and I have a hot and cold relationship with your boy. I think he's great sometimes. I think the King of the South stuff is a little overrated because sometimes to be a king, you got to be at a certain level. You can't be good sometimes. And I feel like he was sometimes the king and then sometimes the pauper. But here, this is royalty on wax. I love it. To me, this is probably T.I.'s best single. I know y'all gonna get mad and say something off of trap music. I think this is probably his best single. It is so commanding. The DJ Toomp beat is iconic. His laid back flow is perfect over this track. An excellent song, a defining song for T.I. Another easy ranking for me, D Roth, because I'm saying another S tier song. 2006 is 2 for 2 for absolutely hot bangers. I'm with it. All right, from June 3rd to July 22nd, we get Young Jock, and It's Going Down. I figured we get here soon enough. The Ringtone rap. This song was everywhere, and I kind of wish it was nowhere. Is this phone ringing? This phone works? Hello? No, son. I'm not gonna let you hate on this video, son. Stan, how did you get my number? Don't worry about how I got your number. This song's one of the hottest songs of 2006. We were all doing the motorcycle. Were you even born in 2006? I was doing the motorcycle in the crib. I was doing it in my diapers. But you're not going to hate on a fun song. You don't ever let anybody have any fun. The babies can have fun. You saying babies can't have fun? How about this for the motorcycle? Let's be real. This song is very successful. Absolutely. I mean, they had Tom Cruise doing the motorcycle thing. So obviously this song was very successful. And it's kind of, I was going to say it was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time when it came to the meme factor. But the actual song itself sounds very dated in 2026. Because even in 2006, it was formulaic. This gets no play from me. I know it was popular. I know everybody was doing the dance. It's absolutely a song. This is like Who Let the Dogs Out for me. I am not with it at all. Player, please. Leave it down there. I ain't with it. Next up, for 1 week, July 29th, we got Lil Jon, E40, Sean Paul, the one from the Young Bloods, not the other one, not the Sean Paul, not that one. This is the guy from the Young Bloods. Snap Your Fingers. And another song that drove me absolutely crazy. Lil Jon spent half the 2000s screaming in my face like Stan on a Blackberry. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, you just weren't in the clubs at the time. Yes, I was. And I was standing right against the wall because I didn't like this song. The production, I will say the production is very catchy. And while I'm not a fan of a lot of the screamy, snappy music, I actually will admit that I did like the production okay. I cannot say that I love this song, so the highest I'm going to go on this one is C tier. I know y'all going to flame me in the comments, but I said what I said. It's fine only because of the beat. Otherwise, I won't with it. Next up for a week in August 5th, oh my God, Cassie and Me and You. Come on now, D Roth. I can't be mean to Cassie. We know what Cassie's gone through. I can't tear her up. But can we be real for a minute? This song is horrendous. She sounds like she's under hypnosis, underwater. It's me and you. I've been waiting for you to wake up, ma'am. That's what I'm waiting for. Oh my God. I would give this a player, please, but I feel too bad because she's been through it. She's been going through it. So I will show mercy and give her a C tier. But I ain't going higher than that because I can't with this song. I thought I liked 2006. What is this? Pray for me, y'all. August 12th to August 26th, we get Young Dro and T.I. Shoulder Lean. Shoulder Lean. Why do we keep getting these formulaic rap tracks? Why can't I get Lupe or Clips? They dropped in 2026. Why weren't they number one? Oh God. Look, y'all, Young Dro was not a terrible rapper. He was not terrible. But this song is 1000% hook and nothing else. Recite something from this other than the hook. I dare you. And don't go on Google. Recite something. You can't. Oh, this song, I can't say it was horrible, but I sure won't say that it's good. And not only was it played to death, there's just nothing here. This is just like a hook on a loop. It'd be great for my Blackberry's ringtone, but I ain't doing nothing with it right now. Let's C-tier this thing. I need to see my way out of here. I am struggling on this video, y'all. All right, next up, from September 2nd and September 9th, we got actually a good song. Beyonce and Jay-Z's Deja Vu. Finally a good song. Finally a song I'm happy about. This is the lead single off of her sophomore album, B-Day. I love that project. It's my favorite Beyonce project. This was produced by Darkchild. The horns were insane. I remember when the video debuted. I think it was 106 in Park. Oh my God, it made it to be the biggest deal ever. This was a great song. But I will say that while I like the song a lot, I didn't absolutely love the song. There were much better songs on the project that would come later on. And honestly, this year's singles, I feel like, are better songs. But this was a good, solid debut single. It probably wasn't the blockbuster they expected it to be, but it was good. Let's give this one B tier. Thank you for getting us out of the shackles of the C tier, because we needed some heat. This is good enough. All right, I need y'all to stick with me on this one, because this one's a little tricky. So from September 16th, we got Chingy and Tyrese Pulling Me Back. Then the next week, September 23rd, we got Janet and Nelly Call on Me. Then the next week, September 30th, we got Chingy and Tyrese again. And then October 7th, we got Janet and Nelly Call on Me again. It was like a month of chaos. These two were just going back and forth, competing with each other. So let's break it down and first talk about Chingy and Tyrese. I did not like Chingy at all in the 2000s. Well, let me change that. I was not a big fan of Chingy the rapper. However, the greatest thing Chingy always did is he knew how to have some great hooks. He had some great people on the hook. Jason Weaver, Tyrese, A-Marie. He took songs that I normally didn't like, but the hooks were so great that I just loved him for the hooks. He was a master of that. And this is also why we need more R&B singers singing hooks. If Chingy was singing Pulling Me Back, this song would be an easy player please. But Tyrese did his thing on the hook, and that elevates the song. So I'm going to go B tier for Chingy and Tyrese. They made a great duo. Chingy was just great when you gave him an R&B singer. And then let's go to Janet. Janet, this was the first single off her 20YO album. And I know that album gets a lot of hate. I actually like that album. But I don't like this song. Something about it feels very generic. It doesn't. Usually Janet has a song, and her songs always feel like events. And they always feel very unique. This just felt like Janet singing like an Ashanti song. Like it just sounded like a regular old 2006 R&B song that JD had in a vault somewhere. It's not really appealing. I see Nelly trying to do the competing R&B thing with her. This just doesn't come together for me. This one is a unfortunate C tier. Not feeling. All right, next up. So from October 14th and 21st, and then we skip to November 4th through 25th, we get My Cousin Chris Brown and Say Goodbye. I should have known this was coming. What you want? Nah, son. You ain't gonna have to come for the king of R&B, the greatest singer of all time, son. This song is on the throat. It's the GOAT song because it's on the GOAT album, so that makes it the GOAT song. Well, if you would shut up for 2 seconds, you would hear that I actually really like this song. Oh, wait. You like this song, son? You know what else I like? I like Hanging Up on Stands. Anyway, oh my God. So, this is another B. Cox joint, and this is from the era of Chris Brown when I was actually rocking with my boy. I actually like this era. This is a perfectly sung, perfectly well done, well written, well produced R&B song. It's focused. He's singing. The song tells a story. This isn't the usual stuff we get today where he just have talking all over the track, like pseudo hip hop song. This is a very strong R&B record. I loved early Chris Brown, and that's what this is giving me when he had focus. Focus. That's all I asked for. We got focus in this era. I'm going to give this one a solid B tier. This is a good track. All right, now remember that brief 1 week in that Chris Brown run where it was like he had it for like a couple weeks and then it was like a break and then he had it for the rest of the month. And that 1 week, my birthday week, October 28th, we got Ludacris and Pharrell and Moneymaker, and I love this song. What a birthday present for your boy. The production is great. The one-liners are great. The song is so memorable. Shake, shake, shake your money maker like you were shaking it for some paper. Can we talk about how underrated Ludacris is? I don't understand, and maybe I do understand, because he's everything y'all want. He is a actual great MC, great, but he's also a mainstream success, which is what people are like, oh, he ain't selling no records. Oh, he ain't got no strings. He had both of those. And I think maybe because his heyday was prior to 2009 and the 2010s when the blogs popped off, he kind of gets forgotten. But Luda in the 2000s was that dude, and this song was great. Such a fun song. And Luda, when it came to singles, almost never missed. This one gets a solid A tier. I love it. Great track. And finally, we are at the end of the year. And what a good one. From December the 2nd to December 30th, we have Beyonce's Irreplaceable. Hold on, y'all. Hello, go study your SATs. Get off the phone. Anyway. Adults back in the room. I said we are from December 2nd to December 30th. Beyonce's Irreplaceable. And if you know me, you know I love this era of Beyonce. Hello, goodbye. We're not playing with the children right now. We are talking about Beyonce's Irreplaceable. I love the B-Day album, as I talked about a little bit earlier on, and this is the opportunity.
Why do you keep hanging up on me?
Hanging up on you? What are you doing here? I thought that was a stand?
No, that was me. You said Beyonce, so I called.
Oh my gosh. You're right. My bad. Since you're here... let's talk about Irreplaceable. Yes. You know I love this album, so...
yes, I do. So...
do you love Irreplaceable is what I'm trying to figure out.
I do. Honestly, I probably don't love it as much as you do, because you... I know. Shocking.
Making history on this episode.
I know. I love it, obviously, because it's Beyonce, and I love anything that she does. But I know you are a huge fan of B-Day. You're a huge fan of R&B Beyonce.
I am.
I like the more edgy Beyonce that we got later on. But, again, I love all things Beyonce. So, I love this whole album. I love Irreplaceable. My favorite track on this album, though, is Upgrade You. I know it's played to death, but... I
mean, to be real, Irreplaceable was played into the center of the earth as well.
Yes,
so, it's not that big of a deal. But, we both love this, and since we have someone who actually has sense... it's not on the phone this time. Let's talk about where we're going to rank it on the list. I think it deserves... I wouldn't put it S tier. I don't think it's that dope. But I would put it A tier. I know it's played out. But I think that this is one of the stronger efforts from that album. What do you think?
I agree. Very good. Look at us agreeing on something about Beyonce. It's amazing.
Well, we couldn't agree on this Blackberry. But yes, D Roth, I think this one is worth the A tier. We're going to slide it right up in there. And I got a cosign from the wifey, and that's better than a cosign from Stan. So we're good. All right, that's it. D Roth, let's look back at the finished product. Man, 2006 was kind of all over the place. We got some good stuff. We got some obnoxious mainstream stuff. And Lord knows it's only going to get worse. But for now, I think this was a pretty decent showing. Pretty decent tier list. Now it's your turn. Y'all know what it is. Let me know where you would rank your favorites on this tier list. I know it's some finger snapping and some shoulder leaning folks. They're going to have beef with me. But this is your opportunity to speak out. This edition of the Soul and Stereo Sessions is a wrap. Thank you for joining me for this look back at 2006. And while I'm here, look. I guess I'll have to listen to X-Men The Last Stand. I guess I'll watch this. Player. The DVD ain't gonna watch itself. Although maybe it should. Remember when I said I liked 2006? I promise I do. Play on, players.